Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining us today. According to the folks in the know, Mobile has a strong swimming community. Some even say it's a water community, where there are club swim teams and more than a dozen public and private high school swim teams in Mobile County. It's also the home of an Olympic silver medal winning swimmer. Now, all of this and more has led to several community leaders to ask the question and say the region desperately needs more places for our youth to participate in swimming. They also say the community has a great need for additional swimming facilities. They believe that a facility is needed, as they add, I just don't understand why a top-notch aquatic center has not been built here. Mobile lacks in places for the youth to take swimming lessons as well. End of those quotes. So a Mobile County Commissioner is one of those community leaders who has taken things further, a major step forward. The County Commission has now allocated funding, and the Commissioner has asked other organizations in the county to partner in this project. The Aquatic Center will be built within the 170-acre Mobile County Sports Complex. The plans call for a 40,000 square foot aquatic center with indoor and outdoor competition swimming pools. So how much is it going to cost? And the other question I guess you can ask, how close are organizers to raising the needed funds? For our guest today joining us here on Perspectives, we have Commissioner Connie Hudson. She is District 2 Commissioner in Mobile County. And also we have Daryl Gomien. He's a board member and vice president of the City of Mobile's Swim Association. Well, after a quick break this morning, we'll hear from our guests, Commissioner Connie Hudson and Daryl Gomien, about an exciting project that's coming together in Mobile after years of it being desired, wanted, and needed. Perspectives continues in just a moment. And welcome back to Perspectives. Our very special guest today, Commissioner Connie Hudson, is here to tell us all about this exciting project, along with Daryl Gomien, who represents another aspect of development and involvement that's happening in our community, and we thank you both for being here today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
I shared just some of the information. I didn't want to take it all from you because it's an incredible facility, and we've got some of those renderings to show that everyone's excited about what it's going to look like when it's finished. Tell us, how did it come together? How did you finally get the ball moving to make this happen?
Well, first of all, it is a wonderful project, and it has been, I guess, in the making for almost 30 years now. I remember I received a feasibility study that was, it's been at least 25 years because the City of Mobile Swim Association had that done, and it was presented to me a while back. I think the hope never died that, you know, that someone would grab on and take off with the project. And, you know, it sort of fell into place, actually, because I was working on the sportsplex, the soccer complex portion, and we had the property available that we could look at to add that to, you know, in conjunction with what we were doing. And so, you know, we working very closely with CMSA and other people in the community that wanted to see this happen. You know, we just took, you know, one step at the time, and we've managed to raise the funds. Most of it is county funding, and for the first phase, we know we think we've got the first phase covered, and we'll find out because it's out for bid right now. And so we're hoping that within the next 18 months that we will have the first phase of the Aquatic Center finished.
Well, we're talking some of those dollars and cents. We'll get into some of that. But let me ask you this. When you talk about you had room available, because I know you have even larger plans as well for your soccer complex, because you expect that to be one of those venues where you're attracting people from all over the country.
Absolutely. It's definitely going to draw a lot of people from the region and probably throughout the country as well. We will end up with 10 soccer fields, one being a championship field with bleachers that will seat 1,400 spectators. And the fun thing is that right now so much is happening, and it's all going to be happening at the same time, because probably late August we'll have a groundbreaking on the Aquatic Center, but about that same time they're going to be clearing ground to add 4 more soccer fields. So we'll end up with 7 soccer fields in the next 18 months.
So that's exciting.
So a lot of activity about to happen.
Yeah. I guess the question is also, can Hall's Mill hold all of that traffic? Are you going to have to create a new interstate exit or what?
Well, you know, we have talked to the state. This is an ALDOT issue, and we have approached them on a couple of different occasions. But I think it's one of those things where we have to show, you know, that we've moved ahead and the need is there. You know, that even if they started today, it would take several years. It's just, you know, that it would be
Ball moves slowly there.
It moves very slowly.
There's a lot of traffic on that 2-lane road. So
but in the meantime, you know,
interesting.
we do have the stacking lane, and you know, we can control traffic to a certain degree that way.
Well, let's get back to the Aquatic Center. And why do you think it's taken that long as relates to the need being so great here with all the club swim teams, the opportunity for all of the people that are involved in the swim association? What has happened that it took so long for Mobile to say, we need this, we should have one?
You know, funding is always a big part of it. You know, there's not nearly enough money to fund everything, you know, that we need to fund, I think, in terms of quality of life projects. But I think it just took almost a coming together, a synergy of like-minded people that really wanted to do whatever it took to move it forward. And like I said, the timing was right because of where we were with the property that we had purchased for the soccer complex, which is now we're calling it the Sportsplex because it does incorporate both aquatics, soccer, and we have actually had some conversations with a private developer on a water park, which may, you know, we're hopeful that that'll be moving forward as well.
And maybe even some lacrosse on the soccer field.
Oh, the lacrosse people are using it at least twice a week for practice and tournaments already. And flag football and ultimate frisbee. You know, it's amazing that they're all using it.
Yeah, Sportsplex for sure. So what does this mean for the Swim Association? Why are you all so behind the project and seeing the need will really make a major difference here in the area?
Yeah, so we're so excited to team up with Commissioner Hudson because we could tell in our first meeting with her after I joined the board of directors, myself and Tyler Kearns, which all of Mobile knows Tyler Kearns.
Absolutely.
And he is our head coach. And so with that whole thing being said, we teamed up with her, and the economic impact is just phenomenal of what it will do for Mobile. And the need to reach out to the community in a huge way, Eric. It's a big deal to bring in those that could even learn to swim. It's not just for a swim team to come in. CMSA, you know, we're interested in teaching those new to swim as well as competition swimming. And with CMSA, we've traveled all over the state. And what we've seen, we didn't have here in Mobile till now, and we're so thankful for the commissioner and all that she's done to help us with that part of it.
Well, I've seen some of the things that you list. You talk about providing recreational swimming, water exercise, wellness and therapy classes, as well as even, I like this part, the scuba training and learn to swim and dive classes.
Correct.
Absolutely.
And then also we have what's called a master's program, where my wife is part of that because she swam starting at CMSA as a little girl up until now. Now she's in the master's program, and my daughter swims at CMSA as well. And the master's program is a really big deal because everybody that's you know, I'm an older guy, you know, and so, you know, these younger parents that want to be a part of swimming can now be a big part of it once we're through with this whole thing.
So where are we now? Because you were trying to get a certain amount of money of the phase 1 in before you broke ground. What has happened recently?
Phase 1 we anticipate will cost somewhere between $19 and $21 million. And between the funding that the county has put into it, we received for the aquatics part $3 million from the city of Mobile, and $500,000 from the school system.
Oh, okay. So they've come to the table as well.
The lion's share, of course, from the county, and I think because of the support that we got there, we felt comfortable to go take it out to bid because we believe we have the money in place to fund phase 1. And phase 1 is the 50-meter outdoor pool. It has dive wells, and it also covers the indoor instructional warm-up pool with lockers and restrooms, and 2 parking lots. And all the groundwork, the water and sewer, all of that, of course, is part of phase 1, bringing in the electrical and everything. Phase 2, which would be indoor, the indoor short course pool, 25 yard by 25 meter, and also finish work on the interior of the building. We anticipate that being somewhere between 8 and 10 million. So it's less, and I think, I think we'll go ahead and get that in design so that when the funding is in place, and a lot of it is coming from bond issues that the county is, that we have to work with. And so at some point in time in the near future, and of course we're always accepting money from anybody that's interested in helping.
We'd like to be a part of it.
Right. We'll go back to the city. We'll ask them again.
Do you have some opportunities for names to be sponsors?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, when you talk about all of this happening right now, and we're about to take a quick break, do we have a date yet for the groundbreaking?
It will be in late August or early September. We haven't set the exact date yet because, but we have the bid schedule. We know when the bids will be open, and we've got a number of bidders, so we're hoping it's very competitive.
So we know it's coming.
We know it's coming.
Well, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk more about some of the amenities that are being offered there and what it means to swim teams and clubs and associations here in the area as well. Perspectives continues in just a moment. Welcome back. Our very special guest this morning, District 2 Mobile County Commissioner Connie Hudson, and Daryl Gomien. He is with the Mobile City or City of Mobile Swim Association, and they're both sharing some incredible, new, exciting information about the upcoming Aquatics Center that will be built out at the Mobile Sportsplex now. We're talking about on Halls Mill Road, and that's already a 170-acre Mobile County Sportsplex, so you definitely have the room to add as much as you can. Now, we were talking about the date, of course, for breaking ground, so coming sometime here, August, September. They'll be here before you know it, so these dates are coming closer, and what do you think time-wise? It's going to take a year or two to build?
They tell us within the next, and from this point, within the next 18 months. So, I'm always pushing them to do it sooner. I want it done. It should have been done a long time ago. So I'll stay on it. But, and that goes by pretty fast, let's face it.
It does. It does,
in the whole
indeed.
scheme of things. So before you know it, we're going to be, what the illustrations that people are seeing on the screen, that's what they'll see that will be out at the Sportsplex. And so we're excited. It's a great project between the City Mobile Swim Association and the Mobile Sports Authority, who's been very supportive as well.
Right.
And of course our staff with the county, engineering and facilities. I can't say enough. I mean, I get to sit here in front of these beautiful pictures, but they help make this happen. I couldn't do it without them.
Well, Danny Cordy with the Sports Authority, he'll make sure you attract the people in for getting participation as well. So what is this going to mean for the swimmers? Because you said that we don't have the facilities that we need right now, but this will give you the type of facility you need and to attract and host, I guess, meets?
Right. So we'll be able to host more meets now than we ever have before, which, as I mentioned earlier, the economic impact is just it's just amazing what will come to Mobile, and hotels and restaurants. And when I take my family and we go out of town to swim at a swim meet, because there's no swimming pool here in Mobile to do that. The one that we do have, it's limited space. Right. This will change all of that. And so when we go out of town, and you'll spend, on a family of 3, which we are, you'll spend $2,000 or $3,000 for the weekend. So when you bring 2,000 or 3,000 people to Mobile, then you kind of do the math on that whole thing. It makes it you kind of scratch your head and say, why have we not done this yet? Right. Until now, and now here we are.
There is a return.
And so we latched on to Commissioner Hudson. We haven't let go. So and we're excited about this whole thing. But to answer your question, so competition swimming. So now the people will come to us. We won't go to them.
Right.
We'll go share with them.
Sure,
we'll swim we'll swim. Our team, City of Mobile, represents, you know, Mobile County and the city. We will swim all over the state, in different states when we do, you know, like my daughter just swam in an open water swim in Kentucky.
Wow.
And so that's a 5-day event. Well, when we have, you know, swim meets here that are 4 or 5 days long, then it will do the same. It will have the same impact as well. So competition swimming and, you know, the Masters, they have competitions. So they go everywhere now. Well, that will all now come here.
Turn the dollar over in the community.
It will.
Now, I'm going to ask you this question.
Sure.
We have a silver medal winner Olympic swimmer from Mobile.
Right.
So do you think that this will help create even more because of what they'll have available to use to train in?
Oh, absolutely. So Paige does a really, really good job. She trained here and she learned here and then she left here. But the opportunity is endless now for those to make it, you know, to the level that she swims at right out of Mobile County. And the coaching that we have now, you know, at CMSA and with the staff that's there now that we put in place, there's ample opportunity for that to grow in a big way. You know, and then you know, soccer as well.
Right.
So
yeah, the soccer opportunities are just unbelievable when you look at what's happening in other places. So we'll have those 2 pools. You have competitive 2 dive wells as well as parking. That's important for 200 vehicles. And I was thinking it was something else here I wanted to mention that you have. You have a warm-up instructional pool. You got locker rooms and restrooms, and so a lot of things that will be benefiting the public as well, like lifeguard certification will be available there. So you're thinking about all the things that you can make it a full use, I guess, facility.
Absolutely. And another thing, you know, to be a community that's so close to the water, you know, water safety is so important, especially for children. And, you know, it's our dream that, you know, we would love for all of the kindergarten classes throughout Mobile to have an opportunity to come and take swim lessons, because I think it's a safety issue.
Well, you know, it's amazing when you talk to people who are young adults and how many of them don't know how to swim. It's, wait a minute, you're from Mobile and you grew up in Mobile and you don't know how to swim? You know, that's amazing. Yeah, you see it every day.
We do. We do. We see it every day. And she couldn't be more right, because the lifeguard training is huge right now in where we are now. So we could triple that once this is done.
That's exciting. So we've got the funding appears in place now for phase 1, and hopefully August, September, we'll be seeing the groundbreaking happen. When you get into that phase 1, how quickly do you feel that phase 2 will come behind that?
Depending on the funding, I think it could easily be within 2 to 3 years. But easily.
And do you see people who are part of this thought process with the funding, when they see what happens with phase 1 and the amount of people that are coming and the revenue and the potential? Because I would think that the Hotel Association would be really excited about this.
They watch it very closely. Yes, I think that you know, it's a catalyst. I mean, you know, it creates that atmosphere where people are excited about, they see how it is impacting the community, and so they react by supporting it even more to make it grow and expand even bigger. And I think that's part of what will happen as well.
I mean, when you talked about those dollars and cents that you spend traveling away, multiply that times the different teams that would be coming here, I mean, that's a very good return on this investment.
It is. The Mobile Sports Authority is very excited about that, helping out with that whole thing. And Dan, he's really involved and excited about, you know, when we get to this first phase, so we can jump in and help with, you know, helping get folks down here and move that money around.
So is there anything that we left out that we need to make sure people know so they will continue to be as excited and getting their little ones as well as the master swimmers as well involved?
Well, for those out there who never believed this was going to happen, it's going to happen, folks. It will happen, and it will be soon. That
is exciting. And of course, we were talking about the new Mobile Aquatic Center to be built at the Mobile Sportsplex on Halls
Correct.
Mill Road, and of course, it was something else I was trying. Oh, spectator seating. You're going to have that for more than 600 people.
Well, now that would be for the indoor short course. We'll have
Okay.
bleachers for 600 people. Yes.
And that will be a good place where people can come and see it, because a lot of times the television is the only place they see that competitive swimming, Olympic style, but they'll be able to see it right here and watch it firsthand.
They will.
So that's a whole nother audience.
It'll be a state of the, it's going to be a state-of-the-art facility. You know, if you're going to do it right. That's what I've always said. Any project I'm involved with, I want it done right. Even if it takes a little longer or if it costs a little more, I want it to be state-of-the-art and done right.
That's important. Well, Mobile County Commissioner Connie Hudson and Daryl Gomien, we thank you both very much for coming and sharing this today. And we're, of course, excited and waiting to hear the dates so we can publicize that for you and get that information out. For more information on this, you can go right there to the Mobile County. You can see it, the Public Affairs Department. You can contact them there, phone numbers, as well as email, and they can answer any questions that you may have about this. And of course, we're always looking for other contributors to the cause, right?
Right.
Absolutely. Happy to talk to anybody.
Awesome, awesome. Well, we thank you very much. And of course, we thank you for joining us here today on Perspectives. We'll have more information of this type coming your way next time when we see you again. Bye-bye.